Mads Mikkelsen is a versatile and intrepid actor and has built a career of thrilling variety. He has a sculptural presence that can make a staid scene seem dramatic. The pursed lips and mournful eyes recessed deep into a chiseled, but charming face, undercut the actor's pedigree. We're here to talk about his story, his movies, so let's get started. Mads Mikkelsen was born November 22, 1965, in the Østerbro district of Copenhagen, Denmark, the son of Bent and Henning Mikkelsen, and has an older brother Lars. In his youth, his love was gymnastics, but went on to study dancing at the Ballet Academy in Gothenburg. During his dancing career, he met his wife Hanna Jacobsen, whom he married in 2000. In his debut movie, Pusher, an intense hard-edged thriller about drugs and a criminal underworld, Mikkelsen plays Tani, a cheerful but wild sidekick enforcer to Kim Bodnia, a drug pusher. After a botched deal, things start to spiral down. The main theme is betrayal and the resultant violent revenge. Another theme is ambition and how circumstances can play out. The 1998 film, Wild Side, is about friendship gone astray and how to deal with the demons of your past. Mikkelsen is Jimmy and Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Aussie. They've shared a past wild life, but that was years ago, and Jimmy is a settled family man living in Iceland now. However, Aussie reappears on the scene carrying a deadly secret. Things soon go astray. Angel of the Night is a 1998 Danish horror film. A girl inherits her grandmother's house and takes her friends along for a visit. Granny was into vampires, and they start uncovering a horror story all on their own. The bit about how to bring vampires back to life is sure to entertain. In the 1999 film Bleeder, Mikkelsen is co-starring alongside Kim Bodnia again. They both have their issues though, one violent, the other introverted. The movie paints a bleak picture and all in all, is a dark, violent and emotionally engaging tragedy. The movie, Flickering Lights, starts with four criminals stealing a lot of money. They try and flee to Barcelona, but are forced to hold up in an old wrecked house in the countryside. They start to appreciate the location and decide to stay and renovate the house. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end. In Mona's world, a single woman dreams of adventure and romance. She fantasizes about a mystery man played by Mikkelsen. All of a sudden, on a trip to the bank, her real life turns as exciting as she imagined when she is taken hostage. Shake It All About, a comedy drama, is about a gay couple played by Mikkelsen and Troels Levy. They were getting married until one of them falls in love with a woman. No need to say anything, complications ahead. In I Am Dina, Mikkelsen plays a nobleman that rapes a servant named Stina. He is punished financially for the crime. Thinking of a way to make amends, he asks Stina to marry him, but she refuses. He despairs and it doesn't end well for him. Mikkelsen plays a doctor in Open Hearts. A doctor that falls in love with a patient's fiancée, then leaves his wife and children for her. Another doctor role for Mikkelsen, in Wilbur Wants to Kill Himself. Two pals open a butcher shop in The Green Butchers, a black comedy. A small part in the 2003 Spanish-Danish comedy, Torremolinos 73. Words like photographically violent virility about sums up Mads Mikkelsen's performance as Tristan in the 2004 film King Arthur. His first introduction to American audiences, and not to be his last, after this performance. An actor galloping to his own glorious tempo going forward, and doors will surely open. In Pushers 2, Mikkelsen returns in a sequel to his first ever movie. It is a portrait of a criminal whose world is falling apart. He sees only one way out of his tortured world. The backdrop is gritty, street urban Copenhagen portrayed with a lacerating, clenched teeth honesty. Good and evil collide in Adam's Apples, when a former neo-Nazi is assigned to do community service in a religious enclave, run by an eternally optimistic Mikkelsen. The film centers around an apple tree beset with issues that impact all involved. In After the Wedding, Mikkelsen is invited to his benefactor's daughter's wedding. However, it's not all smooth sailing and he finds himself embroiled in a dilemma that impacts painfully and inescapably with buried aspects of his past. The theme will be instantly familiar, and makes for an unforgettable drama. In the 2006 film, Prague, Mikkelsen and his wife's Rolls travel to Prague to organize the repatriation of his deceased father. In the wake of the events that follow, secrets emerge which threaten to destroy their marriage. A strangely beautiful and moving film. The film Exit has Mikkelsen playing a businessman who is a suspect in the murder of his business partner. Things soon pick up pace, as Mikkelsen fights for his survival and that of his family. There's plenty of deception, twists, chases and betrayal along the way, so hold tight. Mikkelsen plays Lucifer in the 2006 James Bond film Casino Royale. A banker that finances the world's terrorist organizations, but has a penchant for gambling. He leads Bond into a trap, and considering that inflicting savage torture is Lucifer's forte, Bond is in for a world of pain. Flame and Citron is an action-packed spy thriller. Two heroic Dutch assassins go undercover to take justice into their own hands against Nazi collaborators during World War II. Mikkelsen plays Citron alongside Thor Leinhardt, Flame. One shoots, the other drives. As always, someone in their circle is a traitor. Coco Chanel, a couturier, and Igor Stravinsky, Mikkelsen, a composer, the irresistible and the immovable, in this film. It's about a rumored tragic and sophisticated love affair set in the 1920s. Love inspired them, passion consumed them, but there's always a twist in the road. Valhalla Rising is visually gripping and deals with violence and faith in an uncompromising way. Mikkelsen is magnetic as an enslaved man seeking revenge, among other things. Mikkelsen verifies that without saying a word, he's the unervingly, unhinged, masculine presence. A thundering visceral experience to be had. Mikkelsen's character loses control of his life when his young daughter drowns in a tragic accident. The Door is a film that is not predictable, a thriller with a dark story. Haunting and atmospheric with an emotional and action-packed ending. Mikkelsen proves once again that he is a great actor. In the 2010 film, Clash of the Titans, Mikkelsen plays Draco, who leads the King's Guard in this mythological epic. He's in good company, alongside a stellar cast which tells you, he's made it. Unfortunately, Draco is turned to stone by Medusa's stare. In The Three Musketeers, Mikkelsen plays Captain Rockefort, a not-so-nice villain but enjoyable to watch in this swashbuckling jaunt. He does an excellent job, conveying Rockefort's subtle menace and talent for intimidation. Unfortunately, he meets his end like most villains do, atop Notre Dame Cathedral in a well-choreographed fight sequence. A Royal Affair is an 18th-century historical drama. A young queen, married to an insane king, falls secretly in love with the king's doctor, Mikkelsen. Their risky love affair and clandestine guidance of Dutch politics changes a nation forever. A captivating tale of betrayal and doomed love. Mikkelsen plays a kindergarten teacher falsely accused of molesting a young girl in The Hunt, a 2012 film. In a tensely controlled performance, the film conveys the sinister swirl of persecution from the seemingly civilized town folk contaminated by the slow-acting poison of rumor. Not a good idea, falling in love with the estranged wife of a brutal gangster, Mikkelsen. That's what Charlie, Shia LaBeouf, did in The Necessary Death of Charlie Countryman. The ensuing jealous conflict puts the wife at mortal risk. Charlie sees only one outcome: he'll have to die. Between 2013 and 2015, Mads Mikkelsen starred in the psychological thriller horror TV series, Hannibal, in the role of Hannibal Lecter. He plays a brilliant psychiatrist and gourmet, who is secretly a serial killer and a cannibal. Michael Kohlhaas, Mikkelsen, is a 16th-century law-abiding horse dealer who is mistreated by an arrogant nobleman. Things escalate and revenge is order of the day. Mikkelsen dominates with smoldering intent, as he raises an army and puts the country to fire and sword in order to have his rights restored. Mads Mikkelsen is a wronged man in The Salvation, a gripping revenge western. After shooting the man who killed his wife, now the wrath of the man's brother bears down on Mikkelsen. Who will live and who will die in this beautifully shot and staged production, with great action scenes? Men and Chicken is a hilarious comedy adventure about two wacky brothers. Mikkelsen is priceless and nearly unrecognizable, as one of the brothers, meeting their estranged extended family. The film starts out as a screwy comedy and ends with a study of a dysfunctional family drama. Mikkelsen is back as a villain in Doctor Strange 2016. He plays Caecilius, a master of the mystic arts, who went rogue. A man of ideas with a watertight logic and a not-so-nice attitude towards Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, who wins, and who loses, you'll have to watch to find out. In the space epic film Rogue One, Mikkelsen plays Galen Erso, Jyn's father and a research scientist. He's hiding on a planet with his family when the bad guys come a-knocking. It all goes pear-shaped, but Jyn escapes. In a performance of intense commitment, where you can feel every chilling moment, Mikkelsen shines in this survival thriller, Arctic. The survival stakes are grippingly high, as a stranded pilot and his companion look to be rescued from the middle of nowhere. In this biographical drama about the final years of Vincent van Gogh's life, Mads Mikkelsen portrays a pastor in At Eternity's Gate. He arranged for Van Gogh's release from hospital to continue painting. Van Gogh is played by Willem Dafoe. Mads Mikkelsen is a hitman seeking a quieter life in Polar, but we all know that won't happen. He ends up displaying a lot of sinew and dishing out suffering to all and sundry. An overall enticing screen presence as he goes about his daily chores. Another Round is about 4 high school teachers that test the effects of alcohol consumption. It's based on the theory that alcohol opens the mind, problems seem smaller and creativity increases. Overall, an intoxicating and sobering examination of midlife crisis. Riders of Justice is a dark revenge thriller. Mikkelsen plays a soldier forced to return home and care for his daughter after his wife is killed in an alleged train accident. Evidence comes to light that it wasn't an accident but a murder. You know what comes next, and what Mikkelsen is capable of. Chaos Walking is a science fiction western. A young couple team up and there's weird powers afoot. They embark on a perilous adventure through the Badlands. Mikkelsen plays a town mayor who's trying to keep his town in order. Mads Mikkelsen plays Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. The brief requires experience in mass violence, terror and chaos based on a strong belief in wizardry. I think he's up for it.